Well, good morning. Welcome to Windy Hill. It's kind of a cloudy morning, but it's supposed to be a hot, sunny day. I've got a busy day ahead of me. Today I've got lots to do in the garden. We had heavy rains over the weekend, so we'll have heavy weeds coming up this week. Along with getting ready for the Keller Farmers Market this weekend, we've got things to plant, weeds to pull, chickens to feed, chickens to let out, so let's get our day started. Well, I prepped this bed the other day. Thank you, turkeys. Got some compost in it, got some fish meal for my nitrogen in it, got it all tilled up, and of course then we got that rain. Had it ready to plant. It won't take me a little bit to get it back ready. I think I can see most of my spots, so I can plant my plugs, and we'll get this okra planted. So here we go. I think it'll be a good day for it because everything's still good and wet. Part's done. This is my Windy Hill plug planter. I'll have a link to this on my website, so you can purchase this. It's $695. It does a wonderful job of putting a hole in the ground to plant your plugs. And of course, I'm just kidding. They do have machines that do this. But I'm not going to pay $695 for it. So instead of talking, let's get these plugs in the ground. Do a little weeding while I'm here. And really the reason I'm planting it here is because later in the year, as it gets hot and I change these beds to different vegetables to grow in here, these are going to grow up. The sun rises over here and it sets back here, so in the hottest part of the day, these will provide some shade for the other vegetables that are on the other side. I use drip tape. I'm a big advocate about saving water where I can. Okra doesn't need a lot of water, so this has drippers on every 6 inches. It'll put down quite a bit of water, but it'll be plenty one strip for them. One thing I like about the drip tape, is I can change my beds around. Typically in the old days when I did it, I had 100-foot beds. Now that I'm trying to do a more compact garden, things are closer together, better spaced, more efficient, I think. So I'm doing 50-foot beds, but double plantings on 50-foot beds. So I can take that same drip tape, cut it down, change it around. I can add to it if I don't, like this piece is a little short, I can put a connector in there and add to it, so no big deal. And then at the end of the year, end of the season, whenever it's time, I just roll them up, put them in a 5-gallon bucket, put them away, and use them next year. Sometimes when I'm really lazy, I don't even do that. I just roll them up, throw them on the trailer, and that's where they sit till next year. So we got the okra in. I just need to connect up the water. That'll be okay. We had a torrential rain last night, yesterday. This ground is wet, wet, wet. The plants were getting watered when they went in the ground. It's not going to be extremely hot today. I think they'll be okay for the time being. So let's go get some other things done, and then we'll come back to these and get their water set in. Right here next to the strawberries and the garlic, I kind of saved this bed to last, this last part, because it was so heavy with weeds. I found that today, right after a big rain, the ground is extremely soft. It's a really great day to weed because I can get the actual root out most times on every weed I pull. So we get the whole weed instead of just the top part of the weed. I can also look for worms and things too. There's something I don't want in the garden. So let's get started on this bed. Well, that's half of it done. That took about 50 minutes, I think, 40 minutes to get done. This next half looks pretty rough, but it's mostly it's a big piece of grass that just looks like a lot of grass, so it should be able to knock out. But I'm going to take a break, let my back rest a little bit, and pick up some of these weeds and get them out of here, kind of clean up, and then hit the rest of that bed. Okay, and there we go, finally done. And you know, not only does it look better, but now I've got the rest of this bed I can plant some squash in. I've removed a safe haven during the day for slugs, grasshoppers, you name it, kind of bugs that like to get in that grass where it's cool and wet, hang out all day, and then come back out at night and eat everything out here. So I've basically taken their house away, and they can all go live out there happy and safe, and not succumb to bad things here in the garden. So let's take a little break here, and then I'm gonna go get that squash and put it in the ground here. We'll get that planted, get that done. It was just some extra that I had. And it's pretty much time to hit the garlic again. It was pretty clean, but with this rain, it's definitely gonna need a hand weeding today. So my day's gonna be full. And looks like the purple hull peas are up and running. So now all we gotta do is keep the deer out of here, because they do love purple hull peas. It's just about as much as I do, I think. And I really have to get in here and spend some time pruning today too. I'm a little bit behind here. I can see I've got suckers need to come off, so these plants can train up these strings here, and provide fruit instead of all these leaves. So lots of work to do in here today too. Hey, here I'm going to try to trim up some of these plants like we talked about earlier. And what I want to do, I'm going to do a couple things, but I'm going to do one at a time. Is I'm going to get rid of some of these suckers that are below. I don't want a bunch of greenery down here because I don't want to have to support all that greenery. I want to support tomatoes. That's it. So what we do, and I don't know if you can see real well, but I got my cup there so I can save them. I'm going to just take out these suckers, and that's the one that grows in between the Y on the plant. I think most everybody probably knows that, and I like to use my razor knife. It's just a little easier. And then I just plop it in some water because I'm going to make that a new plant. Now I'll have 3 new plants I can plant. And then I'll come back later and, big one I want to get rid of. I'll come back later and I'll do some trimming on the bottom and see where these flowers are. You don't want to go any above that. And that's it. And I only have 50 more to go. So there you have it. Cherry tomatoes strung up in the greenhouse. Hopefully we'll weather this storm out. The wind's picked up about probably 25, 30 miles an hour outside. So I don't know what we got coming, but we got something on the way. But that gives me some extra plants to build another space, because I do love my cherry tomatoes. They are always super sweet and super delicious. So looking forward to having them in a couple of weeks. Well, thanks for watching. Hope it was interesting. I'll try to, like I said, do these videos more often now that I have a lot more time to do them, and try to do maybe some hands-on with different vegetables here, and show you how I grow them, especially the lettuce. During the summertime when it's hot, it's a lot harder to grow lettuce. But most everything here you can grow anywhere. So just a matter of keeping the critters and the bugs away from it. So until we see you at the Keller Farmers Market this coming weekend, y'all have a great week. Be sure and subscribe to my channel. That's going to be a big plus this year. Hopefully I can get enough subscribers. Maybe I can make some money on YouTube also, and continue to farm. So like I said, have a great week. We'll see you at the Keller Farmers Market. Until then, make happy memories.